What is the YMCA? The first thing that probably comes out of their mouth is swimming pools and exercise. The Y is so much more than that. It's about community, it's about families, it's about friends, it's about helping people in need. And over the next hour or so, you're going to realize all the things that the YMCA of Greater Providence does. So again, how about a round of applause for everybody that's here today? Thank you very much for being here. To get things started, I'd like to bring up Monsignor Albert Kenny, who's the Vicar General for the Diocese of Providence, to open up our lunch with an opening prayer. Monsignor?
Let us remember we are in God's holy presence. Almighty God, we praise and thank you for the many blessings and accomplishments of our local heroes and so many of our generous donors who help support the incredible mission and the programs at the YMCA of Greater Providence. Lord God, we thank them for their willingness to be role models in a world that truly needs positive, faithful, and courageous leaders. Leaders who truly care. Leaders who touch the minds and hearts of all they find. Lord, bless all of us here. May we always seek you and to serve all of God's people with a generous and prayerful heart. And may Almighty God bless this meal and our time together, for we ask this all in your name. Amen.
Thank you, Monsignor. For the first time, we are thrilled to announce that today's event is being live streamed via YouTube at www.yheroeslive.org. You can invite family and friends to join us this afternoon. That's www.yheroeslive.org. I'd like to take a moment to recognize some of the people that are joining us today. I think we have about 800 people at this luncheon, so I think that's a fantastic number of people. Our elected officials, thank you very much for being here. Representatives from our congressional delegation, statewide delegation, our local mayors and town managers, also honorable members of the state and federal judiciary, all first responders, police, fire, and military personnel, our honorary host committee, family, staff, and friends of the YMCA. Thank you very much for being here and support of our Y. Now I'd like to introduce Senator Jack Reed to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, and Haley Boletto, professional vocalist and recording artist, who will sing God Bless America. So I'd ask everyone to please stand.
I pledge allegiance of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Could Haley Boletto come up to the front for the singing of God Bless America? Haley? Colonel, I like you a lot, but I can't sing. And we want people to be generous today. How about if we, all right, Director Kasim Yarn has a great idea. We'll all sing the national anthem together. Okay? Let's start. This is a choir. Okay. It means we all sing together. 1, 2. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through All right, that was great. You guys were great. Thank you. I'd like to invite the CEO of the YMCA of Greater Providence, Colonel Stephen O'Donnell, to come up to say a few words and to talk about our mission. Colonel?
Good afternoon, and thank you to Michael Montecalvo. If you can bear with me, if I can get your attention, it's very hard for me to see you with these two lights in my eyes. So thank you. I'm very proud to stand here on behalf of the Board of Directors and the staff as the CEO of the Greater Providence YMCA and all the heroes that you're going to meet shortly. Believe it or not, there are close to 800 people here today, and even more watching online. This year's ticket sales exceeded our expectations. As Mike mentioned, we're so proud to be live streaming today on YouTube and Facebook. So we're going to wave to those people and saying hello. Everybody knows that I come from a law enforcement background, so I'd like to recognize my law enforcement brothers and sisters as well. So please, all law enforcement members, fire, and military, please stand to be recognized. I'd also like to formally recognize the Greater Providence YMCA's Board of Directors and former CEOs of this organization. Please stand. On behalf of our staff, our volunteers, our Y members, we are deeply grateful for your time, talent, and treasure. We'd also like to personally recognize our generous sponsors. Again, as Mike alluded to, we cannot operate a business without your help. Your commitment to our mission is the driving force behind our success today. Our sponsors today are Neighborhood Health Plan of Rhode Island. I'm going to go through these if you can wait for your applause, please. Our diamond sponsors, New England Laborers, East Commerce Solutions. Platinum sponsors, Copinato Group, Amica, Procaccini Companies, MetLife. Gold sponsors, Delta Dental, ISM Solar. Silver sponsors, Navigate Credit Union, Dimeo Construction, Orsted, Thomas Slater Compassion Center, Ocean State Facility Services Clean Tech, National Grid, and of course, our outstanding community partners, the Cardi Brothers, Channel 12, the Providence Journal, and the Ocean State Job Lot. Thank you. We'd also like to recognize the hard work of our internal team. Everything you see here today is because of them. Our executive directors, our council members, and staff. They've all gone above and beyond to make this day a success, and we appreciate your dedication to our mission. Please stand. Please join me in a special thank you to James Devlin, a local Brown University graduate, New England Patriots All-Pro football fullback, and a three-time winning Super Bowl champion. Mr. Devlin, please stand to be recognized. Once again, Mr. Devlin, congratulations on an awesome season, but congratulations more on being the person that you are, representing the Patriots and the National Football League. In many cases here on Rhode Island and in the world, the zip code you're born into may have the ability to determine your future. The Y believes that everyone deserves the same opportunities, no matter who you are and where you're from. Did you know the Y is one of the last community spaces left in your neighborhoods? Last year, the Y served close to 40,000 members, provided over 55,000 meals, conducted over 3,200 swim lessons, coached close to over 2,000 children through our youth sports programs, and enriched the lives of close to 3,000 summer campers. Each of your centerpieces today provides a glimpse into the heart of our life-changing mission. We have a relentless passion for an urban YMCA to help mitigate the challenges we face and build equity in our neighborhoods, communities that have never been stronger. Our board of directors, staff, and community partners are working tirelessly to identify a location to build a greater YMCA presence in the city of Providence. Together, we can bring more life-changing programs to the urban core. That is the right thing for us to do. There is no question in our minds that this will be a game changer for over 1,000 children and many more and their families. The Y is about helping every generation, no matter where they are from, to reach their full potential, so together we can all thrive. Community first. Before I turn the microphone over to Janet Hessen, our Vice Chair of the Board of Directors, I wanted to share a new way in which you can help further our mission. Through today's program, you'll be seeing this real-time thermometer. It's to my left and my right. Our goal today is to generate at least $50,000 to help expand our reach and connect with even more children and families. Now, typically at events like this, we ask you to put away your phones. To the contrary, today, in this case, we want you to take it out and visit www.yheroes.org. It's on the top of the screen, so it's www.yheroes.org. How this works, it's pretty simple. When you visit yheroes.org and you make a donation from your phone, it will directly impact this thermometer. Help us reach our goal today by making a contribution at any time through this event. You can also share this link on your favorite social media page and encourage your friends, family, and coworkers to join our mission. For those who contribute $1,000 or more during today's event, you'll be entered into a drawing for a free lifetime family membership at the YMCA of Greater Providence near you. That has never been done before. Again, thank you again on behalf of the Board of Directors and my staff for believing in the YMCA and supporting our mission. I'll now turn this over to Janet. Janet Hessen, please.
Good afternoon. It's great to see everybody. I want to extend a special welcome and thank you from the Board of Directors at the Y and our appreciation to the Y staff for making this fantastic event happening and also serving our members every single day. It does take a village to serve our community, and it looks like half of Rhode Island is here, and we welcome you all, and we look forward to serving the Y into the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Janet. It is time for our keynote speaker. Our speaker this afternoon, in 1982, was appointed to the U.S. District Judge for the U.S. District Court in the state of Rhode Island. In October of 1986, he was appointed First Circuit Court of Appeals and assumed senior status on December 31st, 2006. He's given a lot of his life, not just to law, but to the community. We are happy to have him today as our keynote speaker, Judge Bruce Selya. Judge?
This one? Okay. Thank you very much. The bad news is that I intend to be serious. The good news is that I intend to be brief. The reason that I'm serious is that I do take seriously being asked to give the keynote address for this organization on this occasion to this audience in this venue. It's, to me, like being asked to bat cleanup for the 1927 New York Yankees. But I suspect that I'm probably the only person here old enough to remember the 1927 New York Yankees. Let me begin by telling you something that you quite probably already know. The YMCA is a special place. It was founded in 1844 by a man named George Williams in London, England. The first United States YMCA was opened 7 years later in the Old South Church in Boston by a retired sea captain with the intriguing name of Thomas Valentine Sullivan. There are now, by my latest count, approximately 2,700 YMCAs in the United States, last year serving about 9 million boys and girls and about 13 million adults. Globally, YMCA membership numbers approximately 45 million souls in 119 countries. But the most important statistic of all is that the YMCA has touched and continues to touch millions of lives. Many of us can draw a line to the time when we first entered a YMCA and realized that life could be a little better. Hope brings some people to the Y. Others come because of a desire for self-improvement, a desire to have fun, a desire for collegiality. Others come simply because of curiosity or out of boredom. But one thing is clear, whatever the motivation for coming to the Y, no one can deny that throughout this nation, throughout this great land, there are generations of individuals whose characters were forged, at least in part, at a YMCA. And character is essential to the YMCA experience because the Y develops certain qualities. Those qualities include optimism, independence, openness to the new, a recognition of the value of physical fitness, a willingness to strive and to risk, and a sense of life as an adventure. And those qualities don't come out of the blue because a spirit of self-reliance courses through much of what the Y endeavors to teach. And that spirit is linked often to the ability to look into the future and see your own potential. As a result, the Y is a breeding ground for the best kind of values: integrity, personal responsibility, concern for others, fair play. But I'd like to speak to you briefly of just one of those values that is bred at a Y, and that value is honor. Now, honor is an old-fashioned word, but the real meaning of honor is inherent in the word itself. The root of the word is the Latin word honestus, and my classical high school education impels me to remind you that honestus is a word that does double duty. It means both honorable and honest. So in the Latin vernacular, honor and honesty are two sides of the same coin. And I submit that the Romans had it right. To be honorable, you must be honest, and that means acting honestly and speaking honestly. Why do I mention that today? Because I fear that in these troubling times, the commitment to honesty and thus the commitment to honor, is a dwindling commodity that is increasingly short supply. I don't think that's a trend that we can afford to allow to persist. And I view the Y as one of the great institutions in this nation upon which we must rely in an effort to ensure that honor and honesty remain distinctively American values. Gathering together at a celebration where we are going to honor the accomplishments of heroes does not in itself make us honorable men and women, but it does give us examples to follow. If we use those examples to fuel a renewed sense of purpose and a renewed commitment to both honor and honesty, we will be acting in the finest traditions of the YMCA. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. I think he hit on everything of what the YMCA is all about. Like I mentioned at the beginning, it's just not about exercise and swimming pools. It's about character and everything else. So, Judge, thank you very much for being with us today. I'd like to bring up another longtime supporter of the Y, the Honorable Jack Reed, United States Senator from the state of Rhode Island, to say a few words. Senator, if you could come on back up. Thank you.
Thanks, Mike. Initially, I must admit I'm going to violate the first rule of public speaking, which is do not follow Bruce Selja. Your Honor, thank you not only for those inspiring words, but for your extraordinary service to the nation in so many ways. Thank you. You're another hero. I'm delighted to be here to help celebrate the YMCA and the heroes who make its work possible throughout the state of Rhode Island, and indeed throughout the country. Steve O'Donnell, thank you for your great leadership in so many different ways, but particularly here at the YMCA. And also the entire executive team, thank you so much. All my colleagues in government that are here, thank you for your contributions and your collaboration with the Y and through so many other organizations. But we're here to particularly honor the 2019 heroes, those individuals who have gone above and beyond to contribute to the community and contribute particularly to the YMCA. Peter Marino, Judge Thompson, Steve Palmer, Ed Medeiros, Abby Butlin, and Finn Ponsa, thank you for what you've done. You're being recognized for valuable service, and we deeply appreciate it. Because of you, these heroes and many others, the Y is an integral part of every community in Rhode Island. It's not just a place to go exercise. It's a place where children and families can come together as a community. It's a place where important skills can be taught, like personal finance, like cooking, like classes on childcare. All of these provide us links one to another to build the big and better community. It brings people together, from tiny tots to silver sneakers, from young to old, from all ages and walks of life. The Y is the common ground that is so much a part of this country and what we want to be as a better country. It's a critical partner in delivering so many services for the state and the federal government. And we have to keep these services available. Things like the National Diabetes Prevention Program, cancer prevention programs, the 21st Century Learning Programs, which the Y participates in, the Head Start, just to name a few. These are partnerships between the Y and government that make our lives and the lives of our community better. So let me just simply say congratulations to honorees, congratulations to the Y, well done, and many, many thanks. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. If I can have Colonel O'Donnell and Janet to come back up to the stage. Before we start our honorary program, I want to introduce James Devlin. Those of you who have been coming over the last 3 years know that James has been here from the very beginning. Since he came the first time, he's got another Super Bowl ring coming his way, too, so it's not a bad thing. How about coming up here and saying a few words? James Devlin from the New England Patriots.
Up here. Thank you, Mike, and thank you to Colonel O'Donnell and everyone at the YMCA for having me today. It's been a humbling experience coming here for the past 3 years. It's truly an honor. It's also been really awesome to see the growth that this event has produced over the past 3 years, and somehow my allotted time to speak gets smaller and smaller. But I think that's good. That's good because I definitely am not a public speaker, more of a football player. Congratulations to all the YMCA heroes today that are being honored. I hear one of you guys, Finn, I don't know where you are, but you're a LA Rams fan. So we have this football here as a consolation prize. Sorry for what happened in February, but we had business to take care of. No hard feelings. So. But thanks again.
All right, we can't let him go without asking him a couple of questions. You went to Brown University. I'm sure it's a dream of college to someday go to the NFL. Did you ever think, A, you'd be playing with Tom Brady, or B, winning 3 Super Bowls?
Absolutely not. It's been an absolute, just crazy experience to be able to live my dream. When I went to Brown, I knew, coming out as a senior, I knew my chances of making it in the NFL and following my dreams were kind of slim. Those who knew me at that time, I didn't have a lot of prospects coming out, but, one thing I knew is I was willing to work at it and see it through, and things have really worked out. And, I grew up an Eagles fan, and even when I went to Brown, I was an Eagles fan. So it's crazy to think that I've been up here for going on 11 years, including college, and this is like a second home to me now, and it's awesome to be able to play for all of you and represent you guys.
Last year, a lot of people didn't give you a lot of credit. You didn't think you were going to go very far. Did you feed off that? Because I think that's going to come again this year, that, the Patriots are not as good as they used to be.
Yeah, we really kind of embraced that underdog mentality. There was a lot of talk in the media, that we were getting old and we weren't what we used to be, but we knew that as long as we just put the work in and followed Coach Belichick's orders and followed our leaders, Tom and Gronk and all those guys, that we'd be all right. And so we just kind of put our right foot in front of us and got back to work and started grinding it out, and things went our way.
All right, one last question. You mentioned Gronk. He's not going to be here anymore. What's that going to be like?
Yeah, he's a special person. As a football player and as a human being. So you can't just replace him, but we're going to work really, really hard and being able to kind of fill his void, and we'll see how that goes. That's to be determined.
So just so you know, Shannon Heggie, Tony Petrarca, Gene Valicenti, and John DeLuca and I all knew that they'd win the Super Bowl. Right, guys? We weren't part of the media that didn't think they were going to win. So, all right, thank you, James.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. It's now time for our awards ceremony. Our first heroes, Abby and Finn.
When Chase passed away, we decided we needed a way to honor his spirit. I went to bed one night and Chase came to me in a vision and he said, "Mama, we're going to change the world." From there on, things just started to fall into place.
Race for Chase is a kids triathlon which is sponsored by the CMAC Foundation in honor of Chase Kowalski, who was a young athlete, and by the time he was 6, he competed in triathlons.
This amazing opportunity to really carry on this legacy of this child, but also to really change the lives of other children, and make them believe that they can really do something incredible like this.
I am the mother of Finn and Reed, who participated last year in the Race for Chase, and I was also one of the coaches.
It felt good because when I crossed the finish line, I knew I did somewhat good because I finished the race, but then at the end, found out that I got first place.
My daughter's Abby. She is 13 years old in 7th grade at the Wheeler School in Providence. She turned from this shy child to this child that was willing to step out to be that, that mentor and that leader.
Well, when I was swimming, I was just excited to be out there. It was the first event, and I was had all my energy there, so I was just going fast. And then during the swimming, I was sort of remembered the cause of just seeing everyone who was around us, and it sort of made me go faster, thinking of Chase and everything.
After I finished the race, I went back to run with my sister because she needed help because her bike kind of malfunctioned or something like that, and it didn't work then. She was behind, so we all ran with her, and it was really fun. And it made her feel better.
I felt like I should go back to help Reed because I was just in her place, within reach of the finish line, and I thought with her friends and family beside her, she would feel more, she wouldn't feel as stressed, and it would give her the extra drive to finish strong.
I see Reed coming across the finish line with the support of coaches and our athletes and everybody cheering her on. And it was, what a sight to see her finish and the smile on her face. It was terrific.
I felt like I could do anything.
Seeing it as a parent is it's mind-blowing. Seeing it as a coach, it's inspiring. She was basically carried by the spirit of the other kids.
She was obviously loved her teammates so much, and to see her then run out to run alongside Reed as she was coming through and beginning the running piece of it, I was so proud of her.
Just because of this one camp, it's given me so much more confidence. I've been doing a lot more things I wouldn't normally have done before this. So I'm just really excited.
We have a special, very special guest with us today, Rebecca Kowalski, mother of Chase and the president of the CMAC Foundation. Rebecca will present the Y Heroes Award to Abby and Finn. Rebecca, it's an honor to have you here today. Can you step forward, please?
Sure. To you for your public speaking, I totally understand how you feel. This is not my forte. On behalf of CMAC Foundation, my son Chase, and my family, this is so overwhelming. Thank you so much. I'm so proud of you kids. It's like having my own children here. It's a true honor, and it's so amazing to be affiliated with the Y, with what we started 3 programs almost 6 years ago. We have grown into 26 programs in 4 states. And it is amazing to see the transformation in all of these children and how the spirit of my son Chase helps to drive them to become these amazing triathletes that they never knew they had the potential to be. And it's so heartwarming, and it helps our grief so much to be able to be a part of it and to be able to bring it to the Y. So thank you so much. You guys, I'm so proud.
This is such an honor. First, I want to thank the Y organization. My family has been a member of the Greater Providence Y system since I was a little kid. We started out in Cranston, moved to the east side, and we are now a member of the Bayside Y. I've always been a shy kid, but a fierce competitor, and as my parents would say, a kid that couldn't sit still. I guess I chose the Y swim team because I could jump into the water and let the rest of the world disappear. After a meet, everyone always asks, "Could you hear me out there cheering?" I laugh because you can't hear anything when you're in the water. It's just you against yourself. When the race for Chase Camp was offered, I became excited. Running, swimming, and biking are all of my favorite things. Plus, I had done a kids triathlon the summer before, so I was super excited to strengthen my skills. I have to admit, when I first arrived at camp, and I realized the camp was filled with little kids, some didn't know how to swim or bike, I wondered if it was the right place for me, because I was looking for an intense boot camp with other kids like me. Within a couple of hours, yes, it was that quick, which I attribute to the amazing coaches and Race for Chase program, I went from wanting to win for me to wanting to really see the kids gain skills. And this award is about honoring everyday heroes, the people who go out of their comfort zones to make a difference. I'm accepting this on behalf of every kid who has ever stretched themselves with help from amazing teachers and coaches.
Hi. I am honored to be a Y hero. I would not have been here if it wasn't for my coaches and a little persuading from my mom. The coaches were really nice. They made fun challenges where we used teamwork. On the race day, it felt like everyone was rooting for you, even if they weren't from our year Y. I would suggest the program to anyone that wants to be active. After the race, we got our awards. I had no idea I was receiving the Sportsmanship Award. They said I got it for helping my teammates. I helped because they were my friends. Race for Chase was started in memory of Chase after the Sandy Hook tragedy. I especially want to thank Chase's family for setting up this program. Chase's spirit is with every athlete that competes. Thank you.
Special presentation.
This is Neighborhood Health Plan of Rhode Island. We are an insurance company that provides health insurance to about 1 in 5 Rhode Islanders across the state. We're a community-based organization, so much of our work is done in the neighborhoods. We work with a lot of different community organizations, and one of our favorites is the Y.
Neighborhood plays the role of connector in the community. It's core to our mission to connect folks to health insurance, but at the same time, knowing the populations we serve, we also look at the social determinants of health.
We find when we stay connected in the neighborhood that we're able to better understand the folks that we serve and make sure that they're getting the services that they need every day.
Everyone wants to make a difference. And I think working here at Neighborhood, we try to make a difference every day. And the Y has the same feel to it. And it's how can you help the YMCA continue to be that community resource? It's not just a gym and a pool, it's so much more than that. How can you continue to foster that community for the benefit of all Rhode Islanders?
We want to give folks an opportunity to have a better day today than they did yesterday. My Sicilian grandmother used to say that kindness costs you nothing, except maybe a smile. And what you do with your time matters, and a place like the Y, you can make a great contribution to a lot of different folks.
I just told your favorite fullback that I'm a Steelers fan, and he said they're a mess. First and foremost, One of the things that I feel a lot better about today is that I know, given what we heard from these two youngsters, that our future is in really good hands. They are an impressive duo there, so I know you're going to do lots of great things, so good luck. Most importantly, thank you. I'm honored to represent Neighborhood Health Plan of Rhode Island today. It's nice to see so many familiar faces. As we saw in the video, Neighborhood insures 1 in 5 Rhode Islanders. And many of the folks that we insure, they have a number of challenges that folks here in this room don't necessarily face every day. These folks are worried about food on the table. They're worried about making sure they can heat their homes, keeping a safe roof over their head, and making sure their families have a safe place to go and have some fun and learn. The great news is the Y is such a place that people can go to see some of this and to experience this. The Y is a warm and welcoming place for families. It's a place where you know your kids are going to be safe, that they're going to learn some new skills, but probably most importantly, they're going to make some lifelong friends. This is why Neighborhood is such an enthusiastic partner with the Y. We hope that you do the same. As Stephen had mentioned, the donations today that we talked about can certainly go a long way. And speaking of Stephen, his leadership and what I describe as his relentless pursuit of mission and purpose has really helped transform the Y here in Rhode Island. He has created a culture of an organization that thinks about others first. And I think that is a tremendous asset here in Rhode Island. And I want to thank Stephen for all his great leadership here in Rhode Island. Where are you, Stephen? Oh, there you are. Lastly, you may have seen in the video, I'd like to thank Neighborhood's very own Chief Growth Officer, Dave Burnett, who's sitting up here in the front. Through his time and energy, he volunteers on the board at the Greater Y, and he also provides great leadership on the Finance Committee. And it shows you that Neighborhood not just walks the walk, but talks the talk. And Dave delivers great service to the Y every day. So thank you. Thank you, Dave. And lastly, I want to say congratulations to all the Y heroes. It's certainly tough to come up after you hear two dynamic youngsters tell you about their story, but all the Y heroes are certainly exciting to hear their story, and appreciate all the recognition from the Y. Thank you.
There's so many places to start when trying to describe Judge Thompson. The thing that comes most to mind is her empathy. And I think she brings that virtue and that quality to everything she does, whether it's her involvement in the community or whether it's to her work on the bench. She has an uncanny ability to walk in the shoes of others, to understand their perspectives, and then to apply that to the work that she's doing, whether it be the law or her community work. And that virtue of empathy is permeates throughout Judge Thompson's life. She has been a trailblazer for a long time, and we're thankful for it.
When I really look back, having been born in 1951, I think about the fact that Brown versus Board of Education wasn't even decided until 1954. And so I grew up in a very segregated community that was actually the equivalence of the apartheid system in South Africa. And I grew up in South Carolina, and when Brown versus Education was decided, the political attitude in South Carolina was that we won't even comply with that until hell freezes over. That was a direct quote.
Judge Thompson has spent a career ensuring that the worth and the dignity, as the YMCA talks about, of all individuals are respected and included. She's worked hard with Just the Beginning organization to ensure that a diverse group of people of color throughout the country get access to law clerkships.
And looking back, I look way back, And I just think about the years spent trying to, once again, overcome some of those obstacles, trying to stay positive, trying to move forward, trying to believe the American dream that if you work hard, you can achieve success. And then coming upon a reflection of where I am now and realizing that probably when I was a little girl growing up, having achieved the position as a Circuit Court of Appeals judge, I'm not sure if that would have been part of my vision, but the things that people helped me to prepare for certainly have helped me get to where I am now. And I'm forever grateful for the people who fought for me and on whose shoulders I stand.
The fact that we're honoring Judge Thompson at this time in her life and in her career is just fabulous. And it's particularly awesome that the YMCA would honor her because she has lived the philosophy of the Y, and that is to recognize the inherent worth in all people and to celebrate diversity, part of the YMCA's philosophy.
Good morning, everyone. I want to just give a wholehearted thank you to the Y for honoring me today. I see so many folks from the Y family that I have known over the years, and to the Colonel, whose job it used to be to protect me, and now he's here exhibiting his great leadership of a great organization. I want to thank my immediate family who's here, my law clerk and my court family, and just want to say thank you, and I'm so proud to be honored in this fashion. I remember looking back on my early involvement with the Y, and it came about 38 years ago when my first child was born. And my husband, the late Judge William Clifton, he was pretty obsessive about one thing. He kept saying, these kids have got to be waterproofed. They've got to be waterproofed. And as each child was born, we did the Water Babies program, and that was the beginning of their love for water and of their ability to, yes, be waterproofed and to be able to swim. And they are all very good swimmers. But it was something that happened that I heard on television last year that just reminded me of why I have been involved with the Y for so long. As a member of the legal community, I've certainly been painfully aware over the years that the statistics show that the best predictors of incarceration happen to be the zip code in which a child grows up in. And when I heard the new Y public relations rollout last year, in which they said one number can make a difference, and just because a child happens to be born and lives in a particular zip code does not mean that that zip code has to define that child's outcome. And over the years, it is the program activity that the Y has been involved in that has sought to make that statement true, that every child with the kinds of interventions that the Y has to offer does not have to be defined by the zip code in which they live. So thank you so much for all of the work, once again, that you do. And once again, I'm proud to be here today and to receive this honor.
I always, would pray that I would have a better life and have a better life. And if I did, I promised God that I would never forget where I came from and what I went through in my life. True story. You never forget, first of all, what it's like to be hungry. all right? When you grow up like that and you understand what need is, right? It's not want. I don't want a burger. I'd like something to eat. It doesn't matter what it is, right? I don't want new shoes. I want a pair of shoes, right? So truthfully, I was that kind of poor. When I was younger, I was in reform school 3 times before I was 16 years old. I was awarded the state at 14 years old. I was on my own at 15. If you're not paying attention along the journey, you're not going to learn very much. So I guess I paid attention along the journey and paid attention to what I went through, where I was, and where I wanted to go. So that's where I started having this affinity to help other people.
He never forgets where he came from, and I think that that's where it started.
It was Thanksgiving. I was sitting there. I saw a commercial on TV, and I was like, I remember seeing those commercials when I was young and how hungry I was, and I was like, I don't have Thanksgivings like that. I said, well, yeah, I'd like to do something. So we started calling around to some nonprofit organizations, and we got a list of people. I said, can you gather a list of families that could use it? So we started. I went to Days Market. I bought the baskets. I bought turkeys, and it started out. I think we fed over 500 people, our first one, and last year we peaked at 10,000, and we're up to almost 20,000 people since it started in only 4 years. I figured this is my way of helping feed people.
It's amazing to me that he has such a generous heart and such a big spirit, and he enjoys it. You know, when he gives back, he enjoys it. You can see it.
I'm predicting that we're going to make sure whoever calls gets fed. Whatever number it is, we're going to do it. It's all about making it happen.
He always found ways to give back.
Kindness, giving back, time, talent, treasure. Maybe you don't have the treasure. Maybe you have time. Maybe you have talent. Some way we all can make a difference.
It's amazing to me that all these years later, successful, you know, he's still so rooted in that and grounded by it.
Think about everybody in the world trying to make a difference every day. What kind of society do we live in? It's amazing. And it could happen. I really believe that, by the way. I really think that you know, they say a bad attitude is infectious, right? But a positive attitude is 10 times more infectious. So be infectious, be positive, be nice, do something extra someday that nobody expects, and watch what happens. Saw the Super Bowl trophy, right? Yeah. All right. Love the Patriots. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. I am truly humbled by this award. It's amazing that he would give me an award for just helping people, because that's what it's all about. That's every day. And what I said up there about making a difference every day, you know, they say a random act of kindness goes a long way. Well, acts of kindness aren't random at all. It's something that we set out to do. And charity is not an organization, it's a way of life. And if we all take the time to do what the Y is doing, helping people, changing lives, little acts of kindness every day make a difference in people's lives, we all can do it. And I see it. I see it every day. I see someone, you know, help somebody on the street, you know, just doing something for someone. There's no such thing as a random act of kindness. It's a necessity for the survival of all of us. We all have to reach out and do our part to make it a better place every day. We all look around and say, well, who's doing something? Well, they're going to do it. Well, what about you? Time, talent, and treasure. We all have one of them. Some of us have more. It's what you give back, and the why, and Steve O'Donnell and his group, what they make a difference in people's lives every day. We can do that as well. It only takes a little bit to make a lot happen. So I am humbled by it, and my goal is, when I talk, is always to follow the 3 B's. Be brief, try to be brilliant, and now I'll be going. Thank you very much, and God bless.
Well, I came to Rhode Island and to Camp Fuller in 1942, 44, in that area. And what I came away from there was a great respect for the role that the counselors, the staff, and everything had on helping young people really develop their values, develop their own character, all in an environment that really was a lot of fun to be in. The truth of the matter is that the strength of the Y really is in the local community. That's where everything comes from. Well, when I was chairman of the board, we had like 18 million members in the United States, and we were in 2,400 communities and had over 600,000 volunteers working in those YMCAs. So, I mean, that's the largest nonprofit in the country at the time. The Jerusalem YMCA is really a very unique YMCA in the world, and it is unique because it really embraces all three faiths, and by design. When the building was built in 1933, it was dedicated to the whole concept of the YMCA being a place of peace where political and religious differences are put aside, they come in, and you can share, you know, not only the facilities, but share each other's company. So that's the concept of it. And out of that concept came the kindergarten and childcare program at the YMCA there, which was unique because it required the parents and the children together to come in and share each other's culture, share each other's language, share each other's holidays. And so that was recognized it was nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize in 1993. And I mean, that was something that we were all very proud of, obviously. And it was very special because it really talked about inclusivity, it talked about working towards peace in a part of the world where it's been so difficult to bring people together.
He's touched so many people in ways that I don't think he even understands. And I'm just grateful to be one of those people who's been touched by the spirit and the mission that he provides at every level of his Y involvement.
You know, the remarkable thing is wherever you go in the world, you see the work that the YMCA staff and volunteers are doing with relatively little resources. That is so meaningful and so powerful. It makes you proud to be part of this organization, this movement.
It's very meaningful to him and to our family to have him honored.
The Y today is promoting, not promoting, but calling out the issues of diversity, inclusivity, and globalization. You know, and this at a time to bring people together. That's the main thing. And certainly in society today, we see so many things that are dividing us. But the Y is now and has always been an organization and a movement that brings people together.
Well, let me just say how pleased and honored I feel to be here today. I want to thank the board and the staff of the Greater Providence YMCA. But most of all, I want to thank all of my friends and family and the family of the YMCA that's here today to honor all of our fellow honorees. I think it's quite remarkable in terms of the journey that I've been able to take starting out as a young boy in Camp Fuller. But you know, in 2 weeks on May 6th, we have another celebration to celebrate. The Y is always looking for a party. Well, on May 6th, the Providence YMCA is going to celebrate its 166th birthday. And Camp Fuller and Camp Fuller is going to celebrate its 105th anniversary, too. You know, it's really quite remarkable. I've been blessed by the opportunity to see the work, this incredible work that the YMCA does on a local level, on a national level and truly on a global level. The power of what our movement does around the world is truly inspiring. And I think that as we think about today, what the past has been is prologue. And when we have wonderful young people like Abby and Finn being recognized today, this is the future. Our young people are the future of our country and of our association. And the mentoring that they get through the staff and volunteers at the YMCA is truly an inspiration for all of us. Today, the YMCA nationally has a very special program that they are promoting now. It's called Diversity, Inclusiveness, and a Global Innovation Network. It's called DIG, D-I-G. Now, this network sets out in a very intentional way to approach undeveloped areas where we can get diversity more involved, underserviced communities, to do it in local communities as well as around the globe. And many YMCAs in the United States are already participating in it, including our Providence YMCA. What a wonderful way for us to think of the future and to engage our YMCA family in the continued service of our movement. Thank you very much.
You know, there's an old saying, life isn't about what you can get, it's all about what you can give of yourself. And I think all our honorees fit that description. So how about another round of applause for them today? So sometimes things happen for a reason. Haley Boletto got caught in traffic and couldn't be here to sing God Bless America at the beginning, but I think it's appropriate if she does it now as we get our honorees to stand up in front of the stage here as they're going to get their pictures taken. And Haley, are you here? Haley Boletto? She's back there. Come on up, Haley, to sing God Bless America for us. And if we could have our honorees stand up for a picture before she gets up here. If I could ask everyone to rise, please.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans wide with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Thank you, Haley. If you could all please be seated for a few more minutes. I'd like to recognize some of our elected officials that are here today. It's hard to see everyone, so I apologize if I missed anybody, but I know Governor Gina Raimondo is here. If you could stand, Attorney General Peter Nerona, House Speaker Nick Mattiello, Secretary of State Nellie Gorbea. I know General Treasurer Seth Magazino is here, and Mayors Lombardi and Policino, too, and everyone else. Thank you very much for being here. We have one final speaker. You're going to love this part. He really lives and breathes the YMCA. The reason why I say that, that's been a part of his life, I think, for most of his life. He's been a Y member, he's worked at the Y, and he's a board member. How about a round of applause for Kobe Dennis?
All right. First of all, we're going to need these cordless mics on because I don't stand still, all right? Let's give it up for all the... Here we go. They're going to take it off. Hello, test. Oh, there we go. How's everybody doing out there? Good, good, because it's been long. It's been a long one, I know. You've all been checking your phones. I know, I've been checking mine. But this is that type of event where you can check your phones. So we're going to do a phone check. Everybody take your phone out and put it up in the air, please. Come on, you can do it, because you've been looking at it all lunch anyway. And not fooling me. All right, take your phone out. All right, so remember, the first thing you should have did when you came in is make sure you check in on Facebook. I know your friends are wondering where you're at for lunch. Well, now they know where you're at. So check in, all right? Make sure they know that you're at the convention center at the Y Heroes event, all right? That's the first thing you need to do. Then go on your other media sites and do the same. Please check in. Let them know where you're at, because it's all about where you're at. And remember, like we said, this is a phone-friendly, hold on one sec. Yeah, Mom? Mom, I'm on stage? Yeah. Yeah, I'm with the Colonel. What do you mean? Holly, yeah, they're all here. Yeah? Yeah, we had lunch. Yeah. Mom, yeah, can you please go on and donate at www.yheroes.org? Yeah, do that, Mom. Okay. Yes, use your bingo money. Yes, appreciate it. All right. Thank you, Mom. Appreciate it. Come on, give it up for my mom because she just donated, please. All right? Now, we need everyone to go on and do the same. So I just want to thank Mike for sure and everyone else that has been up here because there's about 800 people gathered here today. So give it up for yourselves. Again, we're going to do a lot of celebrating. Get ready to clap. About 800 people in the room. All right? And you've all heard that this event is being live streamed on YouTube because this is a true digital. Now, I had to say that very slow. This is a true digital event. And I know most of you, there's a lot of smart people in the room. Very smart. We had the governor here, Attorney General. We had a lot of smart people here. But a lot of you didn't know what digital was. Why? Because they just made it up probably a couple months ago. Digital is the physical and the digital experience together. Kind of like all these shows that are on. All these dance shows and these different art shows. So, oh, wait a minute. Hold on. The thermometer is not going up enough. So we got to get it together because this digital event is going to allow you to be right here, but also text to donate and also text your friends to donate all over the world. Okay? So you want to share the link. You want to keep sharing it. And right now, we want to challenge the people at your table to continue donating. All right? So we need that to go up. We need the temperature to rise, all right, as I'm up here on stage, or I will stay up here and bore you to death. All right? So please start doing that now. So while I'm doing that, I just want to talk to you a little bit about, some of the things that we're doing here. So we've all joined forces with everyone in this room. And for those watching from work or from home, all right, we need the Y to reach the $50,000 goal. So I'm going to walk around a little because now the pressure's on. All right? So if I come near your table, I have this, gauge, this little, you can tell when I'm lying because I'm stuttering. I have this little device that can tell if your table is donating. So I'm going over here. Oh, boy. Oh, they're donating. All right. Appreciate it. Give it up for this table. Give it up for this table. They're donating. All right. Come, give it up for this table. Boy, oh, boy, this crowd is feisty. I'll tell you. So once again, we need to get to the goal of $50,000 so we can send more kids to camp Raise your hand if you've been to camp before. Overnight camp, day camp. Raise your hand, please. I know more of you have been, for sure. Way over there. Look at that. I love the Y folks. They're always ready, enthusiastic, and ready to go. So for camperships they're called. And I know a lot about camperships because I went to camp on a campership many times. All right, camp is pretty expensive because you're paying for 3 meals a day. You got the staff, you got boating, you got archery, you got all swimming, all types of things. Those things cost money to staff and to do. So what we need is you to start donating right now to help us with camperships. I see the thermometer going up. I'm very excited about that. We need you to start donating now to get some camperships to send young people to camp. All right? We can only send young people to camp if you get your phone out, okay, and you just text in whatever amount you wish. All right? We're hoping it's at least an average, according to my calculations. If everyone in here donates about $70.25 a piece, we'll make our goal to 50 G's, all right? So let's get it out. I'm going to go over to another table. I'm going to start calling on some people I know. Where we at? I'm looking. Now my friends are hiding, all right? Nope, I'm going up. Here, I know where I'm going. Law enforcement, all right? These guys, I know they got money. Oh, Chief, I see you. Don't try to hide now. How you guys doing? It's a table full of chiefs. How's it going? All right? How's it going? All right. How you doing? All right. So that's right. We're putting you on the spot. Yeah, can I get some music or something out here? You're killing me. All right? We need you to donate now, please. All right? And in the meanwhile, while we're trying to donate, I'm going to need some of my Y folks, some of my Geek Squad, to help us with singing a song. Let's go. Somebody sing with me. I don't know the words. I just know YMCA. I know that part. I guess we're going to wait till we get to the chorus. So what we need right here is the thermometer to go up. All right, we need to raise it up. Let's get it. Let me go to my table over here. My friend, I hope he didn't leave yet. Steve, get the wallet out, brother. Come on. Here it is. Let me see. www.yheroes.org. That one right there. All right, there you go. All right, we're getting it. They're getting it out. All right, look at that. He got the card. All right, the black card. Bring it out. Al Williams here. Let's go. Get it out. Don't try to hide. Reverend Mercedes, let's go. All right. We can do it. I told you I was going to start putting people on the spot. All right, I need some of my Y folks, some of my Geek Squads to make sure if you're donating and you need help, they can go to the tables and help you out. Raise your hand, Geek Squad. We mean that in the nicest way ever. All right? So please, make sure you're going around, getting donations. Yes, the people on stage are like, do we have to still sit here? Congratulations. Oh, sorry. Congratulations. Congratulations. Go Patriots. All right? So, once again, keep on going. I got a few minutes left before you guys kick me off. So we're also providing, uh-oh, here we go. Coming up. Thank you very much. Let me jump down here. I want to thank this young lady. Can I give you a hug? Thank you. All right, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm going to deliver it for sure. Oh, there's this guy. Oh, man, this is one of my good friends right here. I know. Hold on 1 second. I got some help.
Aaron Garabedian. I'm putting up $3,000. I want every 3 people of my friends to match it.
All right, you're going to go it again. Nope, here he comes. Hold on, Mr. Garabedian. Hold on. All right. We got a pledge here of $1,000 each. You want 3 more people? He's putting up $3,000, and he wants 3 people to put up $1,000 each. Come on, we need some help. So please, let's give it up for that, please. We got the music in the back. The thermometer's going up. Let's keep it up. I got generous donations from Ms. Hall and Ms. Collins. Please give it up for them, please. Thank you very much. All right. Can we turn the music down just a little bit so I can finish my parting remarks, please? So once again, I want to thank you all for being here with us today and supporting our beloved YMCA. As a reminder, there is a thermometer that will be active for the next 24 hours. Remember, the next 24 hours, the thermometer will be active, so you can donate anytime today, all the way till tomorrow afternoon. Please continue the donations. www.yheroes.org. Thank you, and please enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you, Kobe. Thank you, Kobe. Thank you, everyone, for coming today. We hope to see you again next year. Thank you very much.